An introduction to As Leaves Blow. In an age of political correctness, As Leaves Blow might raise eyebrows, and indeed it has been described by some who know as a problem book. But as someone deeply interested in human behaviour and its sources, I take the view that in the endless nature-nurture debate, personality, and therefore everything that flows from it in terms of motivation, conduct, relationships and philosophy, has its roots in how genes respond to their environment, and what larger part of any individual situation is there than the culture in which development takes place. We are all, in other words, the product, from good to bad and everything in between, of our cultural context. In an international city like Hong Kong, the cultural layers often lie uneasily alongside each other, and that is where this book begins and ends. Set in one of the quieter, almost rural residential areas of Hong Kong Island, where varied people and communities meet, As Leaves Blow explores the serious issue of how people respond to the cultural manifestations they encounter. To ease the discomfort of a painful theme, I use dark humour as my method of delivery, and to hold up to the light what can easily be left unexamined or ignored because many people would prefer it wasn't there. If the book has a central character, it is not one of the individuals present on its pages, but the narrow suburban lane, a common location where everyone in the story either lives or visits, and where their conflicting and selfish stories unfold. The many tentacled Taiwanese family, the two retired foreign civil servants and their Hong Kong wives, the pastor holding sway in the church at the top of the hill, members of the choir and faith, short-term Western residents, employees, custodians, cleaners, servants, a host of minor players, and in the middle ground, young partners in a marriage linking the cultural extremities of a European individual and an Asian family. Among the high and low, private agendas, enthusiasms, ambitions and conflicts are pursued. Personal likes and dislikes trip over one another, often within a framework of, on one hand, cultural insensitivity, and on the other, blind faith in what one is. None of my cast could be described as good people. This is not the place to look for a hero or the heroic. All are flawed, and it is in their weaknesses, stupidity, and inflexibility that the moral of the book lies, inviting readers to consider the shortcomings and ultimately the ridiculousness of both the two extremes, of embracing or recoiling, and to remind us that, at the end of the day, we are all products of and slaves to our cultural conditioning.